How was your night last night?
Good, mate. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Say what's up to the vlog.
I'm vlogging.
I still have last night to Jake Paul.
What's the name of the vlog?
KJ Camp.
KJ Camp. Shout out to the KJ Camp supporters.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Nice talk, baby. How are you?
Oh, sorry.
I'm a little fucked up, but will you take care of me forever and ever?
Breaking news. With Jake Paul still in hospital, Anthony Joshua's unexpected visit has sent shock waves through boxing. Joshua didn't just inspire with a knockout. He rewrote the story by showing up in person, turning headlines upside down and proving this isn't just about victory, but respect and undeniable heavyweight dominance.
AJ.
How are you? Let's go. Let's go. Holiday. Cheers. Enjoy, yeah?
How was your night last night?
Duke McKenzie highlights how Joshua's KO left Jake Paul with a broken jaw, proving the fight wasn't just about winning, but sending a message. Watching Joshua visit Paul in hospital confirms his dominance and control, showing the consequences of underestimating a true heavyweight champion. Respect and fear combined in one moment.
Now he won't be able to talk like he does for a while.
After the devastating loss, Jake Paul took to social media to thank his supporters, showing a mix of humility and reflection. Despite the broken jaw and brutal KO, his posts reveal he understands the gravity of facing a fighter like Anthony Joshua. Fans can see the respect building even in defeat.
Sur le Twitter de Jake Paul, qui réagit directement après le combat. Donc ça, vous voyez quand il met thank you à tout le monde, donc à ses supporters, à ses haters, à sa team, à tous les combattants, à Netflix, à la boxe, à Dieu, il dit merci à tout le monde. Ça, c'était juste avant le combat et il disait ce soir, enfin cette nuit, nous allons choquer le monde. Et ça, c'était juste avant le combat. Et ce qui est drôle, c'est que le tweet de juste après, c'est est-ce que j'étais payé pour perdre?
Anthony Joshua's visit to Jake Paul in the hospital shows a side of a champion that goes beyond the ring. This wasn't just a KO, it was a lesson, and Joshua ensured Paul understood the consequences. Seeing Joshua speak directly to Paul highlights the respect he demands, the discipline he brings, and the authority he holds as a true heavyweight. Fans witnessing this know Joshua isn't just powerful. He's thoughtful, commanding, and in full control both in and out of the ring.
Doing me, man.
Carl Froch perfectly captures the absurdity of Jake Paul thinking he could survive against Joshua. Despite 18 minutes in the ring, Paul barely landed anything while Joshua dominated every exchange. Froch highlights the survival instinct kicking in as Paul realized the gap in skill, power, and strategy. Observing this, fans understand Joshua's control and precision left no room for mistakes and showed his true heavyweight supremacy.
Fucking piss take that this guy's in there with Anthony Joshua, swinging away, landing. What's he done? He's had 18 minutes and landed 2 shots, and he's gone on survival.
Boxing ego emphasizes the damage Joshua inflicted, leaving Paul with a jaw broken in 2 places. This visual proof underscores the raw power and precision Joshua brings. Fans watching realize this isn't exaggeration. It's a demonstration of why Joshua is on another level. The hospital reality confirms the KO wasn't just dominant, it was decisive and career-defining.
The kid has a broken jaw, it appears, after fighting Anthony Joshua, right? I made this graphic for you guys. You see it. Got his jaw broken in 2 places.
Care of me forever and ever? I'm a little fucked up, but will you take care of me forever and ever? I'm a little fucked up, but will you take care of me forever and...
The Wade concept explains how Jake Paul tried to survive and land a counter, yet even this strategy only prolonged the inevitable. Joshua's timing and skill were slightly challenged, but his power and control ultimately prevailed. Observers can see that Joshua adapts under pressure and never loses focus. This wasn't a flawless performance, but it reinforced why he is a true heavyweight force.
Jake fought a very, how do I survive long enough to land a right hand type of fight, and it made it a little difficult for AJ to get his timing. No excuses, AJ didn't look great, I'll be honest. He didn't look great, didn't look like, an AJ we thought we were going to get, the marauder, the guy that was going to come forward and bang out Jake in one round? Pause.
Nikisa Bedarian notes that despite the brutal knockout, Jake Paul earned respect for showing heart. Fans can appreciate the toughness required to face Joshua, yet it also emphasizes Joshua's dominance. The trending phrase reflects admiration for courage, but it can't overshadow the fact that Joshua controlled the fight completely. The heart is visible, but the skill gap was undeniable.
Safe, and more so that he showed his heart. I don't know if you guys were looking on Twitter, but until about 20 minutes ago, the #1 trending thing on Twitter wasn't Jake Paul getting knocked out, wasn't Jake Paul, wasn't Anthony Joshua. It literally was the phrase, respect.
Johnny Nelson explains how Joshua systematically dismantled Paul's confidence. It wasn't about brutalizing him. It was about exposing the reality of his claims and abilities. Watching the fight closely, fans could see Paul's belief eroding with every precise punch. Joshua's dominance was both physical and psychological, showing that true heavyweight mastery involves mind and body.
I wanted AJ to knock this boy out clean and get rid of him, because they, you know, everybody I've spoken to, they just wanted, they're like, I want to see Jake Paul get knocked out. And I just said, I don't want to see him get knocked out. I want to see him get beat up. I want to see him quit. I want to see the reality of everything he's saying and doing kick in. And in a way it did happen, but he didn't get beat up. And slowly but surely the confidence, the self-belief ripped out of him to the point where he's dropping on his knees. He's like, he must have fallen down about.
Eddie Hearn highlights that Joshua needed a few rounds to read Jake Paul, showing patience and calculated precision. When the knockout finally landed, it was devastating, leaving Paul with a broken jaw. The fight tested Joshua's timing and strategy, yet he remained composed. Paul's toughness is acknowledged, but Joshua's power and skill dominated. This moment proves that facing a true heavyweight like Joshua comes with consequences, and even the bravest opponents can't withstand his precision and strength once he finds his rhythm in the ring.
AJ, a couple of rounds to get hold of him, and then he knocked him spark out and broke his jaw. It was a frustrating 2-3 rounds maybe, because Jake was moving so much.
Dave Allen points out that the fight was one-sided, emphasizing Joshua's clear dominance. While Paul's fitness and cleverness deserve credit, he was outmatched in power, skill, and ring IQ. Fans can see that Joshua's control dictated the pace, making it clear who is on another level. Even attempts at clever movement couldn't offset Joshua's precision and knockout power, reinforcing his status as an elite heavyweight.
Well, the fight was, it weren't a fight, was it? It was really, really one-sided. Jake Paul, yeah, I've got to give him credit really, because he's super fit. He's pretty clever really. Like, he'd make a good, a good journeyman.
David Hay explains that Jake Paul tried to survive with a clever game plan, moving laterally and seeking an opening. Despite his strategy, Joshua's timing and power were overwhelming, landing decisive blows that ultimately broke Paul's jaw. Fans watching can see that clever tactics are no match for elite skill and precision. Joshua's ability to adapt and finish the fight demonstrates why he remains a top-tier heavyweight. Paul's courage is noted, but Joshua's dominance was total, leaving no room for debate.
I was expecting it. It's very difficult to pin someone down when they're not trying to engage. Jake's game plan was a good one, was to use lateral movement and the hope to land a big overhand right at some stage to catch AJ off guard. Didn't quite work out, but you got to give Jake credit. Took some big shots there. I think he's got a broken jaw or some spitting blood at the end of the fight. No, anything's possible. We gave it a go. He dared to be great. Didn't work out for him, understandably. That's why he was such a massive underdog.
The Dal Riley highlights that Joshua's win wasn't just a victory in the ring. It was a massive statement that reached new audiences. Even with Joshua already famous, the fight against Paul showcased his dominance and introduced his skill to viewers who might have underestimated him. Fans witnessed the blend of power, timing, and control that makes Joshua a heavyweight force. While Paul's efforts, though brave, were outmatched. The exposure solidifies Joshua's reputation as a global superstar and reinforces his authority in the division.
The bread, AJ's win today was the exposure to more people. Even though he's mad famous, as we know, like there's a community he hasn't touched, and I think he touched that community.
Logan Paul emphasizes the sheer toughness it took for Jake Paul to step in against Anthony Joshua despite rolling his ankle and suffering a broken jaw. Surviving multiple rounds against one of the strongest heavyweights in the world is remarkable. Fans can recognize Paul's heart and courage, but Joshua's skill and power left no doubt about who truly dominated the fight. This was a test of will and strength. And while Paul showed bravery, Joshua's performance reinforced why he is on a different level entirely.
People argue that he at least won 3. No one expected him to last that long. Rolled his ankle, broke his jaw, still fucking fighting, man. Like, that's toughness. You know, most people wouldn't have the balls ever to step in a boxing ring in their life. He stepped in a boxing ring with one of the baddest men on the planet. Who's 40 pounds heavier than him and 6 inches taller.
Anthony Joshua admits the fight wasn't perfect, but his focus was clear from the start. His mission was to pin Jake Paul down and impose his power, which eventually culminated in a decisive knockout. Watching the fight closely, fans could see Joshua's patience, timing, and precision at work. Every calculated punch demonstrated his experience and mental strength. While Paul tried to survive, Joshua remained relentless and methodical, proving why he is one of the most dominant heavyweights today. The right hand that finally landed was a combination of skill, anticipation, and raw power that Paul simply couldn't counter.
This venue, now, you asked me a question. Look, it wasn't the best performance. It wasn't the best. The end goal was to get Jake Paul, pin him down, and hurt him. That has been the request leading up, and that was on my mind. It took a bit longer than expected.
Ariel Wani captures the fearsome presence Joshua brings to the ring. His power, reach, and precision made every punch a potential fight ender, and fans could see the danger Paul faced with each exchange. Even in moments of calm, Joshua's threat was constant, keeping Paul on survival mode. Observing this, it's clear Joshua combines technical mastery with physical dominance, leaving no margin for error. His prime years and devastating combinations make him an imposing figure. And each punch underscored why he is considered one of the most complete heavyweights in the world today.
Every time he threw a punch, I like winced because he's a big man and he's an incredible boxer and he's still in his prime and he's got a very long reach and he's got a lot of power in that right hand and that left hook is terrifying as well, and so I thought it could.
David Hay suggests Jake Paul's limitations become clear against elite heavyweights like Joshua. Fans can observe that while Paul has courage and some skills, his lack of experience and formal training prevents him from competing at this level. Joshua's precision, timing, and strength dominate completely, exposing the gap. Paul's performance shows bravery, but against a disciplined, powerful, and technically superior opponent, the difference is undeniable. Hay's point emphasizes the importance of experience and schooling in